tell us how you got involved with Chi and with the Great Ormond Street Hospital and a little bit about your history.
Thank you, Cheri. My history is I'm a paediatric nurse. My love of children's nursing stemmed when I was 18, went into nursing, and my background is neurology, so children, especially with epilepsy and brain injuries. 26 years ago, I had the fantastic opportunity of changing from neurology to endocrinology, going to Great Ormond Street Hospital. And I was a ward manager on a metabolic and endocrine ward, and there were children with a condition called hyperinsulinism. And I hadn't come across it before. This was 26 years ago. And to think that a bedside nurse could make a difference in preventing brain injury was such a powerful tool that all nurses should know. Bedside nurses should know. And I felt compelled to nurse those children properly. And as a ward manager, I could have some influence over my little group of nurses, and we delivered a very good service. And it was first of all led by Sir Al Ainsley Green, who is still very involved in hyperinsulinism, and then all his predecessors at Great Ormond Street, which I've worked with some amazing professors and doctors and consultants and clinicians in that wonderful hospital. But my aim was to make a difference to the nurses. So I still haven't finished my work. I went on, had children, and I was enabled to go back as a nurse specialist. And when Professor Hussein approached me, who took over the service at Great Ormond Street after Sir Al, he approached me to become a nurse specialist in this condition. And it was just he and I at the beginning at Great Ormond Street, and I was part-time, and I felt I just loved the job, and I still love the job. And still now, 26 years later, I haven't finished. There's still so much to do. If we can make a difference to a nurse who maybe has worked or listened or read something, to say, there's a neonate in a unit, or a child presenting in an A&E unit, who says, why is that child presenting like this? The parents have got a concern. Listen to the parents. One thing you do is the blood glucose level. That baby is hypoglycemic. Could it be hyperinsulinism? That's my aim, and to be working with these families, and they are absolutely devastated with this diagnosis and the fear of brain injury of a hypoglycemic episode, and to empower them with the skills and the confidence that they can do it, and their babies, they can care for their child. They will be okay. And it's just catching these babies early and joining them on their journey.
Now, you see the babies at a very early stage. Now, one of the most important thing about hyperinsulinism is detecting that blood glucose level so early. And you train nurses to do that. Are you trying to get that word spread out through the rest of the world, through all of the work that you do with Chi and this organization?
Absolutely. I've been involved in Chi since for many, many years. Julie knows that in the infancy of Chi, it was just a small group of very, very powerful and active parents who wanted their voice being heard, and asked for sort of professionals to come and join them so that we could share our knowledge. So I was sort of approached by Julie on many occasions in the early stages to just be involved in their presentations and their meetings, to share the knowledge. And we started off small, and I can't believe the collaboration and the work and how this organization has grown to be so influential. I walked into one room in Lisbon last year, and I said, the brains in this room, we will get there. Collectively, we will be able to prevent brain injury in this condition, because look at all these people that are interested now, and from professors and clinicians and geneticists, parents who have got a voice and have got influence. we're reaching all areas of the globe now, and we've met so many times to put our voices together, publish papers. It's just not nurses and doctors, it's parents' voices, and their stories are so powerful. I'm a true believer in the parent story has got the most impact when anyone listens.
It's really interesting you say that. Recently, the Surgeon General here in the United States issued a paper talking about the stress that parents are under on a daily level. How do you push to the advocacy of helping out parents who are realizing that their child has a rare disease, they're scared, they're frightened, but you empower them and tell them that they can do it? Is that one of the things that you like most about your job?
Oh, it's like I can recall a parent sort of telling me it was a light bulb moment when they realized they could look after their child, they could take their child home. And through the teaching that we do, and we tell parents that we join them on their journey, like we're holding their hand. Having hyperinsulinism is like putting a jigsaw puzzle together, and everyone's individual, and those pieces will come together, and eventually you'll get your whole picture, and you'll feel that you can do it and that you are the expert. And we're holding your hand. So we get so many phone calls saying, we're going to nursery, can you do a teaching? We're going to school, or the transition between leaving their child for the first time, or grandparents looking after the child, or we know that we're okay in a tertiary service, which is a highly specialised service that understands hyperinsulinism. But what if we go to our local hospital? What if we go on holiday? You've got letters, you've got our number. We can teach and support you through whatever hospital you're in. You can contact us. And I think we are very privileged, certainly in the hospital that I work, and the services that provide highly specialised services. And there's eight centres of excellence now for Chi. But we have a responsibility to all patients with hyperinsulinism, and we're working on advocacy statements and work so that a child born with hyperinsulinism should have the same access to the essential care that they need, from identifying it. That's the most important, preventing that hypoglycemic brain injury at the beginning. That's the most important message.
It's very clear that you're very passionate about this, and this is something that you truly love. I mean, you smile just discussing this. And one of the things you talk about in empowering the parents, what about empowering your own nurses who you train to go out and do what you do in all kinds of places all over the world?
It is a mission, and we have written articles. We have asked to be invited to different conferences, and I'm knocking on the door. The UK group of nurse specialists are knocking on the door of the Royal College of Midwives, because that's where they need to be identified. And hyperinsulinism, lots of people still say they don't know what that is, and it's so important. So we don't stop knocking, and we've been I'm delighted by the fact that we've now been invited to do a webinar, and we're writing an article for the Royal College of Midwives. So that's in the UK, but yes, internationally we need to do it. So we've got some very powerful nurses in our group. We have also put together a group of nurses on Zoom, on Teams, which is wonderful, that we meet every 3 months and we share case histories and invite nurses that have got an interest. It's growing. It was in its infancy, and it's just, we've got so much to do.
Well, Clare Gilbert is the recipient of the Be My Sugar Extraordinary Nurse Award. She is a clinical nurse specialist in hypoglycemia and HI with the endocrinology team at Great Ormond Street Hospital. Thank you so much, and congratulations.
Thank you so much. I would really like to take this opportunity of thanking Julie and all who work at Chai for nominating me, awarding me this amazing honour. I feel very humble, and I want to continue doing that and making a difference. also the amazing teams that I work with. I've worked with some Sir Ainsley Green, Professor Hussain, Dr. Shah, Dr. Dastamani, my nurses around me, Kate and Neve, everyone that we all work collectively, we're all a team. So thank you so much. And I will continue my work, hopefully making a little difference to patients with and infants with hyperinsulinism. Thank you so much for nominating me, and have a wonderful, wonderful evening. I'll join you next year and celebrate. Thank you.